okay. I think the hardest part is the actual getting up in the morning, when it's cold and it's wet. That initial getting up and getting out part, can take some doing. But if I don't do that, if I take too long, I think I can get a bit morose. So that's something I've learned. The other thing that's been quite interesting about this is the fact that conveniently, my phone broke. So it just suddenly stopped turning on. I was having none of it. It's in the repair shop. To be honest, I think it's probably not going to be repaired. I wanted to check. We'll get a new one. But because of that, it's meant I've not had my phone for a couple of days. Which has been very interesting. I never realised how much I checked my phone. I've still been able to use my social media when I'm not out and about, like in the evenings on my laptop, so it's not been a complete social media break. But not being able to have it out and about with me, like I'm filming on a tablet right now. Even on this tablet, it's like it doesn't really get Wi-Fi. It's really slow, so I can't really access any of that on it anyway. So not having use of that has been interesting. In a weird way, it's actually been kind of liberating to not have that, to not be able to check that or even really be reached. It's actually been kind of freeing, in a weird way. Because if I think about it, I've actually been taking note really of the times when I instinctively want to check my phone. The first thing I do when I wake up is to check my phone, to check Facebook, to check Instagram, to check if anyone's messaged me, And I think, particularly since my track came out, I've noticed I've become a bit obsessed with checking, or people listening to it, how many plays has it got, how are people liking it, do people like me, and I think I've become far too concerned about that. Particularly, I think it's been a perfect storm really, the combination of working from home and having access to all of that 24/7 has meant that I think that's been triggering a lot of my anxiety. Thinking, are people playing it? Do people like it? Checking every 5 minutes, checking my emails every 5 minutes, And so I think that's definitely been something for me to think about as well, that I've learned from this. That I've been far too concerned and obsessed with that, and not actually being present in the world, and in my life. So that's been interesting. But stay tuned and we'll see how we go from here. So it's day number 5 and I'm about to go out for my first walk of the day, and I'm sure you can tell it is absolutely tipping it down with rain. Yay! This is going to be fun. Thanks for joining me. So the challenge is finished. I did the 7 days. And now that it's done, I just wanted to kind of share some of my thoughts about it. Do I think it worked or helped, and how I'm feeling now? So I'm feeling alright. I think doing the walking, you know, was good. That, you know, no surprise there. It actually gave me a lot of time to think. I think in a way it kind of forced me to get away from everything I'd been focusing on and just walk, and it kind of cleared my mind a little bit. Did it solve all my problems overnight? No. I think, you know, I don't think anyone would expect that. But I would say if you don't know what to do mentally, if you feel a bit lost, then trying to do something physical is definitely a good place to start. I mean, that's not news. We've known about the benefits of physical exercise for a long time, but I think the good thing about walking that I guess I felt more than really going to the gym, even though that's a good thing to do, is the getting outside aspect. You know, the being around people part, and you feel like part of the world, you know. And I think for me personally, that was definitely a big part of why it was beneficial for me. As I said, it didn't solve everything, obviously. I still, you know, there's still a lot of things that I don't know and have yet to figure out with my life. But to be honest, I think we all do. I think it's easy to feel like you're the only one who doesn't have it all together and doesn't really know what they're doing. But to be honest, I think we're all winging it the best we can. And so if you are feeling like that, you're definitely not alone in it. So would I recommend this to other people struggling with mental health? Yeah, I would, actually. I mean, I would say, you know, if you're really struggling, small steps, you know. I definitely found for myself, small steps, one thing at a time. If you can't, you know, go out for a walk, just get up out of bed, you know. If you don't feel like having a shower, just wash your face, you know. Sometimes just doing small things, the more small things you do, the more it encourages you to do more. So yeah, if you don't feel like you can go out for a full walk, maybe just walk to the end of the road and back, you know. I've definitely had to start with small routes and work up, and I'm still going to be working up, because, you know, I do hope to continue the daily walk thing. So yeah, thank you for joining me. I do feel like this has been beneficial, and I hope that if you are out there struggling with mental health at all, that you know that you're not alone with it. None of us have got it all figured out. Small steps, and give yourself a pat on the back for those small steps. You know, give yourself some credit for the things that you do. But yeah, just doing those small things will make you feel better. It's made me feel better anyway. But thank you for joining me on this. I know it might only seem like a small thing, but for me, it's been very important. And I feel really grateful that you've continued to watch. So thank you for watching. And please do check out any of my music if you feel like it, or send me a message if you fancy. And yeah, I look forward to seeing you all again soon. Take care. Cheers.